you close?
Closer than we've ever been.
If she's able to make contact with the target, what are her directives then?
Neutralize the target, if possible. Or, depending on the location, we can use a drone.
A lot of shows end with big moments that come and go, but some really stick with you. For Lioness Season 2, it's definitely Jo's line where she says, "I observe and give advice unless one of my assets goes down." Even though Byron told her to stay put, Jo completely ignored the order and acted like she was in charge. I get what the show was trying to do, but honestly, this isn't some private ranch in Montana. It's a country with shaky relations with the US, and one wrong move could lead to a bigger mess. Jo's heroic actions could have easily started a war, causing even more lives to be lost just to justify her decisions. But all that aside, we're really here to talk about the future of the franchise. When is Season 3 coming, and what's up with the Lioness prequel spinoff? So let's break it all down. Looking at the technical side, Jo's line kind of ruined the climax because it basically gave away what was going to happen. It's like the show built up this huge moment only for Jo to spoil it herself. But let's be real, all of this is just entertainment mixed with propaganda. I'm not trying to get too deep into the politics of it all, but when the president isn't even told about something as big as a covert mission behind enemy lines, you start to wonder where this is all heading. Sadly, violence has become the go-to solution for keeping the peace in many places, including in my own country. The whole situation feels like a twisted game where people are asked to keep doing horrible things, but just for a different cause and not for someone else's political interests.
This is her wanting to know you.
I need you to understand the risks.
I understand the risk.
Are you close?
Closer than we've ever been.
If she's able to make contact with the target, what are...
Take, for example, the situation with Pablo Carrillo and the Los Tigres cartel. Jo brings in Josefina to infiltrate the cartel, and they end up making a deal with Pablo. The plan is to help Pablo kill his brother and take control of the cartel, but they want him to cut ties with the foreign enemies, China, and work with the US government. It's not a new strategy, it's the same one used by many first world countries when dealing with the Middle East. The whole idea is to keep doing the dirty work, but for the right people. So while Jo might be portrayed as a hero, the truth is, what's really happening is pretty ugly. With Pablo now in charge of Los Tigres, it looks like he'll play a role in Season 3, especially since the show's writers have been working on it and Paramount is clearly invested in the series. But let's talk about Edwin Mullins for a second. The guy made things worse by trying to act like a big shot and sending agents to their deaths, only to finally call in the president when things went south. I can't wrap my head around why he wouldn't just inform the president right away about the mission. Maybe Mullins, like Jo, just wanted credit for success, even if it meant putting lives at risk. Lucky for him, none of the agents died, but if they had, the consequences would have been serious. In the season finale, things go south when an Iranian tank shoots down Josefina's helicopter. She's left wounded and stranded, and crews can't help her because enemy forces are closing in. Jo decides to lead the team into the battlefield to save them, but it ends up being a disaster. By the time Mullins calls for the president's help, the agents are surrounded and some are severely wounded. Jo's decision to break orders and go into the field was reckless, and I'm not sure she's cut out for this job anymore. She's letting her emotions guide her actions, and in this kind of work, you can't afford to be emotional. If this were real life, Jo would have been suspended by now. The way she keeps getting away with it just makes the show feel more and more unrealistic. Same goes for Mullins, who acted all proud but didn't earn any victory. When things went wrong, he just called the president for help. I wouldn't be surprised if the president took action against Mullins for hiding critical information and executing such a risky mission. Then there's the whole Chinese intel situation. Josefina might have taken down the convoy with missiles, but did those Chinese agents really die? We didn't see any bodies, and the whole climax felt rushed and chaotic. If those agents are still alive, then the mission was a total failure. There's a lot of unanswered questions here, and it seems like the show is playing with the idea that arrogance can sometimes be mistaken for heroism. But enough about all that. Let's get to the big question: what will Season 3 be about? Like previous seasons, Season 3 will likely feature a new mission, with some familiar faces returning. Josefina and Cruz's relationship might get some more attention, and Joe and Mullins could face the consequences of their past mistakes. Beyond that, we're probably going to get a totally new storyline with different settings and challenges. It'll be interesting to see where they take the agents next and which country becomes the next battleground for their operations. With the way the show has been going, who knows what's coming next? That said, Zoe Saldaña, the star of Lioness, recently pitched a cool idea for a prequel while talking about her upcoming projects, including the next Avatar sequel. In an interview with Deadline, Saldaña shared her thoughts on the future of Lioness, suggesting that a prequel focusing on her character, Joe, would be awesome. She'd love to see how Joe first met Caitlin, played by Nicole Kidman, and how their partnership began. Saldaña mentioned a scene where Byron, played by Michael Kelly, tells Joe that she's irreplaceable, which got her thinking about how Caitlin might have recruited Joe in the first place. She said it would be really interesting. As for Lioness Season 3, it seems like it's very likely. Saldaña hinted that she's down for at least 3 seasons, and while that's not an official renewal, it's hard to believe that Paramount Plus wouldn't bring the show back, especially since it's connected to Taylor Sheridan, the mastermind behind hits like Yellowstone. Lioness has done pretty well, appearing in the Nielsen streaming charts alongside other Sheridan projects like Landman and Tulsa King. Even with Paramount Plus being a smaller platform compared to giants like Netflix or Prime Video, Lioness still stands out. So while Season 3 seems almost certain, there's also talk about a prequel, which could dive deeper into the relationship between Joe and Caitlin. A prequel could be its own unique show. There's a lot of potential in exploring the dynamic between Caitlin and Joe, especially when you consider how Joe's disillusionment with the job grows throughout Lioness. Depending on when the prequel is set, we could see younger versions of Joe and Caitlin, and it would be interesting to see who would play them. There's also the chance that Saldaña and Kidman could come back as executive producers or even make cameo appearances. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair, Saldaña gave an update on Lioness's future. She confirmed that she signed on for at least 3 seasons, though she didn't mention directly Season 4. However, she did express how rewarding the experience has been, which bodes well for the show's future. She said, "Lioness has been a journey that has given me the opportunity to collaborate with a different type of filmmaker," referring to Taylor Sheridan and his unique style.
Told you I was coming.
And we place an operative close to them, and we kill the target.
If we play this right, it is over before it's begun.
It sounds like Saldaña is enjoying the ride, and with such strong interest, we're likely in for more action-packed seasons to come. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.